I'm Dave Beck. I'm from Charlotte, Michigan, and I'm 78 years old. I enjoy playing golf. That's one of my favorite things to do, and I play 3 or 4 times a week. My wife and I were on our way over to our daughter's on Christmas Day. We got on some black ice and went head on into another car. And I was riding in the passenger seat, crushed my right ankle. They took me into Sparrow Hospital and debated whether to take the leg off at that time. And my daughter convinced them to try to save it. Then I was moved to a rehab hospital. Spent almost 3 months down there. Got out and got back home, and I was incapacitated as far as walking for about 6 months. And I was able then to use a walker and use a wheelchair, and got around until they took the bracing off of my leg, and I started walking then very gingerly because I was still in quite a bit of pain. And my wife and I would go someplace, and I'd have to use these scooters in the stores and stuff, and it just wasn't getting along too well. And had the surgery in 7, had the regular prosthesis until 12. And in May of 13, through Springer Prosthetics, I was able to acquire a biome ankle. And I've been going ever since. I put the biome on and not had to go back to the regular prosthesis. I can go out and do things I could never do before. I can walk without a problem. I go out and play golf. If I go for a walk, I can go to the wellness center and walk on the treadmill. I could not do that before. The biggest improvement for me was to be able to get back out on the golf course, because I really enjoy golf. So I'm out there 3 or 4 times a week then, sometimes more than that. I go up and down grades and walk in places I could never walk before with the regular prosthesis, and get up and down the way I do now. It's a comfortable piece of equipment to wear. Representative from the Biome company was at Springer Prosthetics showing the Biome, and there were 4 of us that Joe had asked to come in and try the Biome. And at that time, that's the first I'd had any introduction to it. They took the foot off of my prosthesis and took the post off and put this Biome on. Had me walk up and down the hallway a couple of times, and they tuned it to my weight and stride and so on. And I went outside and walked down their driveway, which had a slope in it and had a dip in it, and walked up and down that thing, and it was a difference of night and day of walking with the regular prosthesis and walking with the Biome. And I said, man, I'd like to have one of these. From that on, we started working with the insurance companies, and Joe and my doctor at home wrote recommendations for the Biome and presented them to the insurance company, and they did some negotiation, and it took a while to get it approved, but to me, it's worth every penny they spent for it. It's just a fine piece of equipment, a really good piece of equipment. It lets me do things that I'd never be able to do before. The Biome takes the place of your calf muscle and your Achilles tendon. It has the articulating ankle that it can be programmed to compensate for your weight and for your stride, for your gait. If you're walking just straight away, it gives you a push with the toe, and as you set your heel down, it'll cushion your heel going down, and that ankle pivots the way your ankle does normally. It makes just a great difference. I can walk up and down grades and walk up and down steps that I couldn't do with the other ankle. If my biological leg was rated at 100%, I'd have to rate the normal regular prosthesis at about 60-65%. I would rate the Biome at 85%, and it's the top of the industry. And when I had the regular prosthesis, I would get a handicap flag to put on my cart so that it would allow me to get closer to the greens and closer to the tees. I've gotten the Biome ankle, and I don't need the handicap flag. I don't need to ride the cart on par 3s. If I feel like walking 40 yards or 100 yards to go to a shot, I can walk and not have a problem. It's just been a real boon for me to be able to go out on the golf course and play golf like a normal human being. I could get away with using the handicap flag. I have handicap plates on my vehicles, but I prefer not to do it that way, not to take advantage of it when I'm able-bodied now. That's the way I feel. I'm able-bodied. I don't have to take advantage of the handicap parking and what handicap flag allows me to do. I can get where I need to go by doing it just like everybody else does it. Where before, if the ball happened to be laying in a place where you just can't get to it real well, say it's up on a hill or something or on a slope, with the regular prosthesis, I was not able to get up there to get it and play it. I'd have to declare an unplayable lie for me and move the ball down where I could get to it and hit it. And when I get to a place where I have to walk up a fairly sharp incline, I can walk straight up now rather than have to walk around side hill to get to where I'm going. I walk on my toes. On the biome, the toe gets into the ground and the mechanical part of it takes over and helps boost me up just like you would with your calf muscle and with your Achilles tendon, helping you lift you up the slope like that. Before I'd have the other prosthesis, I'd either have to walk side hill to go up or go around a different direction to get there. Now I can go directly to the shot I need to take. And it just makes things so much easier. Springer Prosthetics got me into this biome, and that was one of the best things that happened to me. It's an amazing piece of equipment. 5 years ago, with the old prosthesis, I would have never thought I'd be able to do the things I'm doing today. I get out and do anything I want to do.